Welcome to today's Explainer. We are unpacking a massive, truly fundamental shift in how anyone, but especially a beginner, can build complex automations. Look, for the past few years, we've heavily relied on drag-and-drop platforms, right? Tools like n8n, Make, and Zapier. And they were amazing. They let us build automations in days instead of weeks, all without needing a computer science degree. But actually, scratch that. We are now moving completely away from those complex drag-and-drop canvases. We are stepping directly into an era where you simply delegate tasks to AI using plain English. Seriously. With new tools like Claude Code and trigger.dev, you can now build in hours what used to take days.
So here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. The automation evolution. 2. Meet agentic workflows. 3. Old way versus new way. 4. Avoiding common pitfalls. And 5. Why fundamentals still matter. Let's just jump right in.
All right, section 1, the automation evolution.
To really get why this is such a game changer, we have to look at the distinct waves we've seen over just the last couple years. The first major wave kicked off around November 2022 with AI chatbots. Suddenly, anybody could just chat with an AI to brainstorm or write content. It was incredibly exciting, but it was mostly conversational, you know? It wasn't actually doing the physical work for you. Then we hit the second wave. People started mashing up that AI brain with traditional automation platforms like n8n. This was a massive leap. You could plug in real APIs, which, if you're a beginner, are basically just digital bridges letting apps talk to each other, and you could summarize docs or sort support tickets. But the ceiling was still your own ability to manually drag nodes and wire the whole shebang together by hand. Well, today we've arrived at the third wave. Agentic workflows. Natural language has literally become the interface, and AI agents actually do all the building for you.
And if you want to know why this matters right this second, just look at this number. $200 billion. The Agentic AI market was valued at just over $5 billion in 2024, but it's projected to hit nearly $200 billion by 2034. To put that in perspective, 50% of enterprises will have deployed these systems by 2027, and a staggering 96% plan to expand their Agentic AI usage this year alone. So this isn't just some prediction from a random tech blog. This is exactly where the money is flowing. This is the undeniable direction the entire industry is moving. So if you're a beginner looking to get your foot in the door with automation, this is absolutely where you want to start.
Okay, moving to section 2, meet agentic workflows.
So what exactly are we talking about here? Well, in traditional drag-and-drop building, you had to explain the how. You had to dictate every single step of the process. Agentic workflows completely flip that script. Instead of telling a system how to do something step by step, you're just explaining what you want taken off your plate in plain English. It's like putting a destination into your GPS. You just describe the outcome you want, where the data is coming from, and where it needs to go. The AI agent acts as your personal developer. It figures out the best route, connects the necessary tools, writes the code, and this is the crazy part, it even catches and fixes its own errors along the way.
Think of it kind of like hiring a top-tier developer. If you brought in a great engineer, you wouldn't stand over their shoulder acting like a total micromanager, dictating every single keystroke or telling them how to map every variable. No way! You'd step into the role of a manager. You'd describe the problem, paint the picture of the final outcome, and just ask, hey, what do you need from me to make this happen? That is exactly how these new tools work. You are no longer the micromanager, you are the manager.
Section 3, old way versus new way. Let's see what this actually looks like in practice.
Let's say you want an automation that checks a specific YouTube channel every 8 hours, and whenever there's a new video, it scrapes the transcript, summarizes it, and drops it into a project management tool like ClickUp. In the old drag-and-drop days, checking that channel meant manually dragging a schedule trigger node, configuring the timing, and wrestling with API requests yourself. And the absolute hardest part for a beginner? Deduplication. Making sure you don't process the same video twice. You'd have to build out these complex logic loops and set up totally separate databases just to check video IDs. It required a ton of technical overhead just to get the basic foundation working. Now take a look at how much simpler this new process is. With tools like Claude Code and trigger.dev, the AI inherently understands workflow patterns. For example, if you ask it to generate a summary, it naturally gets concepts like polling, which just means checking back continuously until a job is fully done, saving you from having to build that messy looping logic yourself. And deduplication? Natively handled. It automatically tags a video ID so it knows to never process the same video twice. You don't have to build an entire database just to track what's been done. I mean, this is literally the interface now. You can just type a prompt exactly like this into a chat window. I want to scrape daily news from the YouTube channel Nate B. Jones, I want a structured summary, and I want it delivered to ClickUp. Bam! The AI will build the initial version in a couple of minutes. It handles all those API connections, the error handling, and the deduplication. You just hand over your API keys, and it does the heavy lifting. That automation that used to take you a full day of banging your head against the keyboard, it can now be up and running in minutes.
All right, Section 4. Avoiding common pitfalls.
Okay, let's be real for a second. If it's really this effortless, why isn't every single person using it right this very second? Well, if you jump in blind, especially as a beginner, you might hit some brick walls and mistakenly think the tools are just broken. There are 3 major pitfalls you have to watch out for. First is context drift. If you're working with an AI in one continuous session for an hour, it's going to start forgetting your earlier instructions. It's kind of like giving someone verbal instructions for an hour without letting them take a single note. Things are going to slip through the cracks. Second, hallucinations. The AI might confidently invent fake links or write code that looks beautifully clean on the surface, but completely shatters the moment real data hits it. And finally, scoping. Sometimes the AI will over-engineer a super simple request, giving you some massive multi-layered architecture you don't even need. Or it'll under-engineer it and just slap a Band-Aid on a problem instead of fixing the root cause.
So what's the takeaway here? You must manage the AI effectively. You fix context drift by breaking your work into shorter, hyper-focused sessions and forcing it to keep an updated project summary. You fix scoping by being incredibly specific upfront, using the AI's planning modes and having it ask you clarifying questions before it writes a single line of code. And for those hallucinations, the golden rule is simple. Test absolutely everything. Never just blindly trust the AI's word for it. Fun fact, huge firms like Anthropic are now using custom sub-agents whose sole purpose is to just QA test code before it ships, and they catch things that human reviewers completely miss.
Let's bring it home with Section 5, why fundamentals still matter.
So, with AI taking over all this tedious hands-on building, you might be sitting there wondering about the time you've already invested. If you're a beginner who just spent the last few months struggling to learn node configuration, or figuring out data formats like JSON, or mapping data flows in n8n, is all that knowledge just totally useless now? Should new beginners just skip all that and go straight to chatting with AI?
Absolutely not. Listen, the method of building has changed, for sure, but the fundamental architecture of how digital tasks actually operate, that hasn't changed one bit. Understanding workflow logic, knowing how triggers work, how data flows, basic API concepts, and error handling, that gives you a massive advantage. Being able to spot a mistake, knowing what's actually possible, and giving crystal clear directions to an AI agent, that's a skill born directly from those fundamentals. Think about it. When traditional platforms first dropped, folks who understood basic programming had a huge head start. Today, people who understand basic workflow logic are going to run circles around someone trying to manage an agentic system from absolute ground zero. The platform isn't dead, folks. It just became the foundation.
Your job is fundamentally shifted. You're no longer configuring individual steps. You're providing the master plan, the direction, the guardrails, and stepping in when the agent veers off course. You are the manager. So now that you know the sheer power of just describing an outcome in plain English, I want to leave you with this. What is the very first tedious, time-consuming task you are going to hand off to your new digital developer today?